Let's talk about rhythm. Music has rhythm. And just as music has rhythm, English also has rhythm. In fact, all languages have rhythm, but not all use it in the same way. But what do we mean when we say that English has rhythm? What this means is that as we speak, we alternate between stressed and unstressed syllables. English rhythm requires that we use length and loudness to distinguish the more important words of a sentence. It is the stressed syllables which last longer, while unstressed syllables are shorter and quicker. The stress usually falls on syllables within content words. Remember, when we put stress on a word, we lengthen it, we say it louder, and we may even raise the pitch of our voice a little bit. We stress the most important words in a sentence, the ones we want to emphasize. These are the content words. Function words are usually unstressed. We will talk more about what function words are later on, but it is these words that get reduced when we speak, so function words will be the main focus of this course. As you recall, all languages have rhythm, but rhythm is not used in the same way among all languages. When talking about rhythm in language, we can divide languages into two groups: syllable-timed languages and stress-timed languages. In syllable-timed languages, the rhythm is fairly regular, and each syllable lasts about the same length of time. Examples of syllable-timed languages are Spanish, French, Japanese, and Korean. Languages in which syllables are not given the same length of time and stress are called stress-timed languages. English is a stress-timed language. Other examples of stress-timed languages are German, Russian, Swedish, and Norwegian. But let's look at some examples of how we use stress in English. Close the window in the bedroom. Notice these words here, close, window, and bedroom, are the most important words in the sentence. These are the words that give the sentence meaning. And so we put stress on that. We lengthen the vowels. We might say the word a little bit louder. And even the pitch of our voice might be a bit higher than the other words in the sentence. Close the window in the bedroom. What do you need? Okay, so here the stress is placed on the word what and need. It's louder, it's longer, and the pitch of my voice is just a little bit higher. What do you need? I need to buy some shoes. Here the stress is on need, buy, and shoes. I need to buy some shoes. Jane tried to feed Tim dog biscuits. Now here the stress is on tried and dog. Jane tried to feed Tim dog biscuits. How we place the stress and which word receives the most stress in our sentence can often change our meaning. For example, in this sentence, The stress is on Mary. And so I say it as Mary gave her dog biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. When I say the name Mary, I say it louder and longer, and my voice is higher. And I stress Mary because I want to emphasize who is giving her dog biscuits. It's not Jane, it's not Mike, it's not Tim, it's Mary. Mary gave her dog biscuits. The next sentence is the same. However, the stress is now on the word her. I want to emphasize who is receiving the dog biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. So her is pronounced longer, louder, and with a higher pitched voice. Here again we have the same sentence, but the stress is now on the word biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. I want to emphasize what her dog is receiving. Mary gave her dog biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. Let's talk more about function words, those words that often get reduced in spoken English. Function words have grammatical meaning. This means that they have a support function showing relationship between other words. Function words are usually unstressed. Later I will show you examples of when you would want to stress a function word. Here are some examples of function words. And the parts of speech that are most often used as function words are articles such as a, an, the, auxiliary verbs am, is, are, has, will. Short prepositions are function words in, on, to, for, at. Conjunctions and, but, so, or. Relative pronouns such as who, that, which. And personal pronouns I, you, he, them. Sometimes function words are stressed, and the reason for this is because, as I showed you earlier, where we put the stress on a sentence can often change its meaning, and sometimes we want to emphasize the function word. For example, put your bag on the table, not under it. On and under are prepositions, and as you saw earlier, prepositions are function words and are generally unstressed. However, because I want to emphasize where to put the bag, I put stress on those function words. Put your bag on the table, not under it. Here's a question. Do you want to go to Spain or Germany? Now, I'm giving a choice here. You can either go to Spain or Germany, but not both. But I want to go to both places, so I answer, I want to go to Spain and Germany. The word and is a conjunction, and it's one of the function words. However, I'm putting the stress on it to emphasize that I don't want to have to choose between Spain or Germany. I want to go to both places. So I answer, I want to go to Spain and Germany. Earlier, I showed you how function words can be stressed according to the meaning that we want to say in our sentence. However, most of the time function words are reduced. So let's look at how function words can be reduced when we're speaking. For example, I could have had a sandwich for lunch. Now, let's pronounce each of these words as your dictionary might tell you to pronounce them. I could have had a sandwich for lunch. I could have had a sandwich for lunch. Now this is a very clear way of speaking, and there is little chance that you would misunderstand me. However, as English is a stress-timed language, we put stress on the content words while function words are unstressed. In natural speech, the unstressed function words are often reduced, which means that certain consonants and vowels may be dropped, changed, or combined with other words. Let's look at this sentence in reduced form. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. These words here, coulda and hadda, are not real English words. I've written them like this to illustrate how the function words could have and hadda get reduced in natural speech. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. Reducing function words make them easier and faster to say, and allows you to put more stress on the content words. In the remainder of this course, I will not be writing the reduced forms in this way. There is a better way to show pronunciation, and that is with the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. These symbols here represent the sounds of coulda and hadda. These are written in IPA format. If you are not familiar with IPA, that's okay. You will become familiar with the symbols as we go through the course, and I will explain them as we go along. In this word, coulda, we have the letter K, which we know is pronounced K, and then this symbol here represents the sound like in book, and could, We have the letter D, and this upside down E is actually called a schwa, and it has an sound, coulda. We know the letter H. This symbol here, which looks like the letter A and E stuck to each other, is representing the sound ah, like in sandwich, and have, and had. The letter D, that's the same, like in dog, d. And then here's our schwa again. And so this would say coulda, hadda. And when we say this sentence, we tend to say these words faster. The function words are said shorter and faster than the content words. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch.